Alright peoples, welcome to another video, playing another new game. This one is a light novel, or not light novel, a visual novel that I picked up when it was on sale in the winter sale, except over here it's actually summer. So you're wrong, it's a summer sale. It's called Atri, My Dear Moments. I looked at some of the reviews, they seemed to think it was pretty good, so I picked it up and in a bundle with another game for $30. So I might record the other game as well. Yeah, well, let's get started. You will probably, I don't think it's in English, so you'll probably hear my amazing narrating skills again, but anyway, interesting. The bar at the bottom of my screen says it's mostly sunny, but it's like there's like no sun. Anyway, I am surrounded by endless darkness. Not a single ray of light illuminates my path as I crawl through the gloom, praying for an exit that may not even exist. But as hard as I try, I cannot move. My leg is crushed beneath a dreadful weight, completely trapped. Searing agony radiates through my body. Please, mommy, someone help. Mommy, you will. My hands grapple around in the dirt, reaching out for anyone, anything, but they find nothing. It hurts. Somebody save me. Who's Natsuki? Bro. Fucking Doki Doki Literature Club, hello? I awaken suddenly to the side of my hand stretched down toward the low ceiling of my room. Grasping at nothing, I let my arm drop down by my side. And then I feel it. This didn't have a horror tag, so, I'm not expecting it to be scary. My body twists and contorts as an intense pain throbs in my right leg. Ugh. Ugh. After a few torturous seconds, it disappears as if it was never there in the first place. I lay limply back on the bed trying to slow my breathing. My body is closer in a clammy layer of sweat. Gee, thanks for letting me know, bro. Oh, that must be us. I must have fallen asleep. Yeah, you must have, gee. I raised my head and looked down at my leg, or at least where it should be. It's the very same right leg that just a moment ago was pulsing with agony as non-existent as it has been for the past 8 years. It still hurts. The empty space of my flesh beast still torments me. Gross. There are no nerves there to send signals to my brain, but my mind still will not accept the truth. They call it phantom pain. Yes, it's started to flare up again lately. Phantom pain isn't affected by regular painkillers. I mean, of course it isn't. It's all an illusion. Pain emanating from nerves that don't even exist. A doctor would prescribe antidepressants, but their side effects could be even worse than the pain. Not that a doctor would be able to get their hands on those these days. Simply live in constant dread of the next attack. Next attack? The gentle sunlight leaking through the porthole stabs at my eyes. It must be morning. No point lying around here, I suppose. I guess I'm not male. Sad. I hear a sudden satisfying crunch from somewhere across the room. Oh no, I might be. Or I might be like unspecified. I think that person was the person who just came across and I forgot to read those lines. I look over, oh yeah it was. I look over to find a young woman chopping pieces of an apple with a penknife. Damn, you've got a resting bitch face at the best of times, but if sure is bad when you've just woken up, you can make a kid cry if you look at them like that. That is the best line. Really nice to hear that from a woman who sneaks into someone else's room and steals their breakfast. Okay, no, I am a guy. Okay. Lifting myself up from the sweat-streaked sheet, I sit on the edge of my bed and reach for my prosthetic leg. Naturally, a prosthetic leg is supposed to be built to fit an individual's body, but this one wasn't made specifically for me. It's an old second-hand model, not just ill-fitting but on the verge of breaking too. It's better than nothing though. These days it's possible to get cybernetic legs that can be controlled by nerve signals or even full cybernetic implants. Fortunately, those are far out of my price range right now. I place my stump into the socket and tighten the straps around it. When I try moving the joint, it lets out an ominous creak. I fiddle with its screws and give it a little oil. The weather out there this morning is looking bright and clear, with a mild southwesterly breeze. radio I'd switched on before I laid down is still blaring. I go through the motions of keeping my decrepit old leg working while half listening to the drone of the announcer's voice. The rocket has been hailed by some as representing a bold new hope from humanity, but citizens have been raising concerns that hope they actually launch this one. They will. Well, here's hoping. If they've got time to mess about launching fireworks, maybe they could actually help the people with their problems too, huh? I've got the bigger picture in mind. If they don't work to assure we've got a future, what's the point in fixing whatever bullshit the common person's got going on? There's no point trying to get philosophical with you, I know. Push my foot down, getting a feel for the leg. The joint's moving a little more smoothly now. Nice weather we've got today, perfect for diving. Want to get started? Are we on a boat? At least let me have breakfast first. It's only when I finish my sentence that I remember that my apple's already long gone. Hello? Another female voice calls out, this time from off my ship. Ship. Oh, cutscene moment. Was Natsu-kun. Maybe he's asleep. I wish he put a doorbell on this thing. Hey. Oh, Natsu-kun. Wait, who are you? That's my line. Well, I'm Kamishiro Minamo. I'm a friend of Natsu-kun's. Huh? That kid's got friends? Wow, thanks a lot. So I could ask who you are? Me? Well, you know, I guess I'm like his wife. Wife? His W-I-F-E wife? Don't listen to her, she's just your average apple-pinching intruder. So who actually are you? I'm his business partner. Why are you here, Minamo? I've come to take you to school, Natsukin. You haven't turned up at all since you transferred here. Before I can say anything, Catherine has already opened her big mouth. Unfortunately, my little partner here's got a job to do, a job that's going to make us both very, very rich. So you just run along to school now, sweetie. Minamo flinches and almost tears up as a slight glare is splashed away. If you're not doing anything else, you could help us out. An extra pair of hands would be useful. I just said that I'm going to school, though. What's the point in that? School makes you dumb. True. I thought it was supposed to make you smarter. True. Hey, wait, Natsu-kun. Cool. My name is Natsuki now. That is a very still water. Deep in the translucent waters, I can see the shadow of something man-made. Oh man, I ended up coming all along anyway. I should be at school. Minamo grumbles to herself as she stares out at the endless expanse of blue. I climb down from the deck towards the other vessel the ship is towing. I open the hatch on the large egg-like craft bobbing up and down the waves. Minamo, when I close the hatch, disengage the clamps. You know how to do that, right? Of course I don't. I'll teach you. Come over here. I'll need you to operate the crane too. If you've got any questions, ask Catherine. Operate the crane? You're asking this newbie to... Okay. Is this thing you could see with you? It's got rust all over it. I'm not going to be diving too deep. A little bit of leakage isn't anything to worry about. Seriously, won't it sink? Right, here goes. I duck down inside the sub and close the hatch behind me. Coolio. I take my seat at the controls and pump the choke lever until I hear the engine splutter into life. Whoa! The screen shook. I tap all of the gauges to check they're working and signal to Minamo out of the small window on the top of the sub. Okay, disengage the clamps. Minamo flaps her arms back at me with a troubled expression. Sorry, I can't hear a word you're saying. I can't hear her through the glass, and her arm movements don't communicate anything except possibly frightened goose. Better signal to Catherine instead. Grinning like a demon plunging a sinner into the depths of hell, she disengages the lock. Wow, okay. I feel the sub sway as it floats freely in the water. I call out through the radio. Okay, lower the crane. Roger. I tug on the control stick and the sub's manipulator arms grasp the crane's hook. I attach it to the eyelet on top of the egg. Venting the ballast tanks. The sea around the sub ripples with bubbles as the tank seem to out their air and replace it with water. The returned little ship starts to gradually submerge as it grows heavy with ballast. I like the writing in these light novels. I should play more of them. The colour outside the window darkens from the baby blue of the sky to the deep aqua of the sea. The submarine Serpens albus slowly sinks into the water, glistening in the morning sun. It is uncanny. It's like time has stopped. This town is not the only one to be enveloped by the sea. Bullshit, but this is the only world I've ever known. Something inside me makes me want to believe the state of this planet on them. As I sit there lost in my thoughts, transmission comes through my radio.
Oh, yeah.
How's it going, kid? Great, I'll be arriving at the target soon. After a moment's lag, the reply comes. Nice, let's get what we need, and then I can get the hell out of this hole. The lags are necessary annoyance, given the radio waves don't pass through water too easily. All of our communications are converted into high-frequency sound waves, which travel slower. If you want to get out of here so much, why not find some other job? You don't want to die a debt collector, do you? When I'm done with this case, I'll consider it. Just as I'm about to get back to work, another voice comes over the radio. Natsukin, what's wrong? You seem like you're about to burst into tears. Are you okay? Is the ship alright? You're not sinking, are you? It's fine, a little bit creaky, but nothing worth worrying about. It looks pretty nice out here, I should show you sometime. This kind of scenery could take someone's breath away, that's for sure. Come back as quick as you can, okay? I'm telling you, it's fine. This thing might be old, but that means it's tough and simple too. That's not what I mean, we'll be late for school! Oh yeah, that. My mum found out I'm skipping school, she'll be furious! I sigh. You really are a good girl, aren't you? Huh? Don't start complimenting me all of a sudden. It wasn't a compliment. Giggling with a strangely elated tone, she ends the transmission. What the hell was that? God, that completely broke my concentration. My grandmother was an ocean geologist. She left me a lot in her will. Cool, thanks for the will, biatch. Although, but the doors don't move an inch. Huh, no dice. And we're getting gas. Just as I'm about to give the signal to stop, a clang and the sound of creaking metal echoes through the water. The door collapses, sending up a billowing cloud of sediment. The resulting opening is large enough for the Serpent's albus to fit straight through. Well, looks like that'll do. If I hadn't been able to get these doors open, I would have had to break through the roof, and that could have damaged whatever's inside. It's been 10 years. Finally time to see what's in here. I orient the sub towards the door and slowly start to push forward. The inside of the storehouse is in far better condition than the outside. The walls are lined with bookshelves full of research materials and measurement buoys, and data collection equipment are scattered all over the floor. As a kid, this place would have made the perfect playground. I can picture my grandmother thinking about all the fun children could get up to in here, and scowling as she locks the doors. Probably a wise decision, to be fair. I shine the sub's lights across the room, searching out my target. The fact that I don't actually know what I'm looking for makes that easier said than done, however. It's supposed to be something valuable, but to my untrained eyes, all of the devices in here look like they cost a pretty penny. Crabs and fish skitter around the assorted detritus, fleeing from the torch beams. Detritus, kind of like that word. I notice an odd object as I sweep the lights around. What's that? Dunno, you ask me. It's a large oblong box down here in the murky gloom. It almost looks like a sunken sarcophagus. Slowing down my engine so that my screwdrivers don't kick up too much sediment, I cautiously approach. It really does seem to be some kind of casket. It's a perfect size for a single person. Part of the surface seems to be glass. I peer through the gloom. Huh. A mannequin? No, a girl? Inside the capsule is a young girl as delicate and fragile looking as an antique doll. Strangely, I don't feel even an inkling of fear or discomfort. Maybe it's because this seems so unreal, or perhaps just how adorable she looks. That's kind of sus, bro. She's in the bottom of the sea. Something's clearly wrong. Whatever the case, I've no idea what she really is. There's only one thing I'm sure about. This has to be what I'm here for. What even is this? It looks like it has electricity, but that's all I can really tell from looking at it. I'm gonna have to raise the whole thing. Not going to be able to manage that with just a manipulator arm. I'll have to rely on the crane. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I steer the sub back out of the building and pull the wire out from the reins of the door. Dragging along behind me, I make my way back to the casket. As I approach it, my hand slips from the control stick and the sub nudges the case. It's not a hard hit, but for a moment a chill runs down my spine. I haven't broken it, have I? Doesn't seem like the glass is cracked. She opened her up! But the eyes of the girl in the casket have opened. Her gaze moves through the glass. ... She's alive. I know my voice can't be reaching her, but she tilts her head slightly as if in response. Suddenly, like a bolt of lightning, a name pops into my mind. I'd heard it once in the hospital at my grandmother's bedside. Atri? The girl watches the movement of my lips carefully. And she smiles. She really is alive. But what is she? As I sit, wondering what to do next, the girl starts to move. She must tap away at some panels inside her capsule. The glass of the case opens. Underwater? A great cloud of bubbles billows out as the casket is inundated with water. What are you doing? Idiot? It seems like she didn't realize that she was underwater. What? As much as he panics and tries to hammer the controls, there's no closing the glass now. I've got to save her. Bro, that's her fault, bro. She just opened herself underwater. What the hell, man? At that moment, a shadow looms over me. The sudden rush of air from the casket buffets the ceiling of the building, the already water-damaged framework seemingly rattled by my destruction of the doors. Ah! The walls start to cave in and the concrete ceiling cracks. No! I simply push the control stick forward. Control my stick. The serpent albus moans in agony as steel beams collapse on top of it. Thankfully, I've managed to cover the girl from harm. But we're not out of the woods yet. She's still underwater and drowning. Ugh, this is bad. Am I trapped? I try to put my engine into reverse, but the sub has been down onto the ceiling. Oh jeez, what the hell is that? My mind is instantly filled with intense, gruesome memories. Buried alive, just like before. My body is quickly coated in ice cold sweat and pain throbs through the spot where my leg should be. As the weight above me seems to bear down on my very soul, my eyes meet the girl's. She stares at me with a changed look, so she doesn't realize the danger that she's in. I've got to save her. Grasping the controls, I try to find the hook of the crane to affix it to the sub, but it's nowhere to be found. Did it come off in the impact? I try to peer around the floor, but my manipulator arms couldn't reach down there even if I did see it, and the sub can't move an inch. What do I do? Oh, that's creepy. Pain and panic surges through my brain. I feel my consciousness grow distant. Just as I'm about to black out, I see the girl jump from the casket. She reaches down and lifts up a glimmering silver object. The hook. Please give that to me. Tilt her head to the side and steer. She places the hook in the fingers of my manipulator. I quickly attach it to the sub's frame. Hey, can you hear me up there? What's up? Wind in the winch, quick. What was that? Speak up, kid. What's going on? Something wrong, Natakun? Wind in the hatch, now! Wind in the winch. What? Bleh. Wind in the winch, now! Wait a second, if we do that... If they don't do it in this instant, I'm going to end up completely crushed. Okay, oof. What are you doing, you stupid girl? I grab the girl from the casket and the manipulator arm. Why is she, like, not drowning? She stares impassively at me through the window, unfazed by the metal grip around her waist. Isn't she scared? If anything, she looks particularly relaxed. Why isn't she struggling for breath by now? That's my question. I'm thrown from my seat from the sudden acceleration as the winch pulls taut, the sub creaking painfully as the ceiling pinning it down scrapes against it. Phew, I thought we were going to capsize. Jeez, this girl. Ah, there he is. Huh? Sure looks like he's in a hurry. That must mean we've hit the jackpot. Jackpot? When the hull breaks the water, I flung open the hatch. I'm crawling out, I head towards the ship's I didn't see the last word. What are you doing, Natakun? That's dangerous. Hey, you're gonna fall in. You can't swim with that leg, can you? If I don't hurry, the girl's gonna die. What girl? Minima suddenly notices the body held between the manipulator's claws. Who is that? The girl's floating face down and moving her body limp. I crawl towards her and thrust out my hand. Grab hold, quickly. She doesn't move, maybe she's unconscious. I push myself off the sub's hull, trying to make my way over to her, but as my foot drives against the rusty metal, I feel a shudder beneath me. What? The music's kinda popping, though. My leg catches against the framework, my prosthetic leg which tears away from under the shimmering light like a million jewels enveloping my body. A shadow starts to form within them. It grows and grows, blocking all that beauty from my view. Stop it, don't take the light away. The darkness scares me. And now it's very, very bright. Hey, whoa, hey, hold on a minute. One moment. What game am I playing here? Well, that looks fun. You're underwater. The shadow bears down on me and I feel a strange sensation against my... Oh, yep, indeed you do. I see clearly now the shadow was the girl. Yes, indeed. She just randomly appeared. What is she doing? She's sinking with me, pushing air into my mouth from her own. Yeah, you can... Yeah. As I feel her gift of oxygen fill my lungs, a terrible thought begins to flow through my mind. I don't want to die. Yeah, good. No one does, you idiot. I came to this town because I had lost everything. I thought I had no reason to live anymore, and yet I do not want to die. What selfish, greedy creature a human can be to want to live on without reason. But now there's no way back. Indeed, why? I'm sorry I dragged you into this. If she hadn't tried to save me, she could have lived on. She is living on. But even with her breath sustaining me, my one remaining leg can do nothing to keep us from falling into the darkness. A plume of bubbles erupts from her mouth as she tries to say something. And then it... Not wishing to waste more air, she quickly presses her mouth back to mine and points upward. Huh? Through the shining water comes a shape, a thin long line connecting us to the light, a rope. Grasp hold of it and wrap my other arm around the girl. Splash. I collapse on the ship's deck, basking in the sheer joy of breathing freely once more. Oh, that was so scary, I thought you were going to die, Natsuko. Thanks for the help, Minamo. No. That wasn't me. Couldn't let my meal ticket get away now, could I? She holds up the rope with a grin. I don't have the energy to snap at her like I normally would. For once, I'm grateful for her deep collector instincts. So I suppose I should ask, who's the girl? She's sitting next to me, soaking wet, seemingly unfazed. She's still holding the sleeve of my shirt in her hand. Her grip is firm, as if she's trying to stop me jumping into the sea again. Thank you. There is no need to thank me. I was merely carrying out my innate duty. What a strange phrasing. Where did she come from? She wasn't with you when you dived, was she? I found her down there. She was sleeping in my grandmother's storehouse. What? Sleeping? I think she might be a robot. That is a common colloquial term for the category of equipment I belong to. However, it is imprecise. She's not human. She's just a robot in the shape of a human. And she must be a humanoid. Your grandmother was keeping a thing like this down there all this time? Humanoids, robots intended to resemble humans as much as possible, also marketed as androids or gynoids, depending on the manufacturer. Humanoids were produced en masse when humanity's technological progress was at its peak, and their construction was so advanced that they were indistinguishable from humans. They don't need to breathe, but their vocal systems are intended to replicate the human voice box. Naturally, that means they need a pair of lungs, or at least something resembling them to hold air. I owe my life to that particular design quirk. She's a robot? Wow, I couldn't tell at all. Of course not. I'm an extremely high-performance model. Yeah, we really have struck the jackpot. This thing will sell for a pretty penny. What? You're in a cellar? Of course, selling it's the reason we salvaged it. Humanoids are pretty thin on the ground these days. If we sell it, he'll be able to pay off Professor Yajagusa's debts. And then some. But, isn't that kind of cruel? It's like, Minamo looks back and forth between Catherine and the robot girl. Somehow I don't think she'd have the same kind of reaction if she was looking at any other piece of industrial machinery. But to the untrained eye, the girl just looks like a human being. Yes, that is not possible. See, she thinks so too. I am the private property of my master. It is against the law to sell me without permission. Your master, huh? Ah, Professor Yajagusa. Your master died a month ago. Oh. This town sunk into the rising seas 3 years ago. You've been asleep down there for all the time. The robot counts to 3 on her fingers. A look of realization dawns on her face. Oh, so my master is dead. I see. R.I.P. Bro, this is hilarious, bro. R.I.P. She doesn't seem very upset. Well, it's a robot saying that. Even this level of emotion marks it out as a pretty expensive model. Don't you worry though, your new master's right here. This kid here got all the professor's stuff in her will. The robot girl turns to me and peers closely at my face. I see, so you're... yeah, I suppose I'm your master now. For some reason, I felt like that was the case from the very first time I saw you under the water. I should have known. She speaks with a strange air of conviction. She tugs at my sleeve again. She looks like a kid who just found her dad. I wonder if a sufficiently advanced robot without a master experiences the same fears as a lost child would. What should I call you? I will adjust my speech protocols accordingly. Popular opinions include Master, Sir, Big Bro, Daddy. It just called me Natsuki. I'd probably cut her off before she says something I really don't want to have in my head. Ikaruga Natsuki. That's my name. Natsuki. And what do I call you? Would you like to confirm my serial number? She reaches behind her head to lift up her hair. Her serial number must be on the back of her neck. No, I'm asking if you have a name. Wouldn't be surprised if that old bag never gave her one. My name is Atri. My master gave me it. Atri, that's a nice name. The words slip out of my mouth without thinking. I know, right? Being given a human name is proof of being recognized as a living being. It's a marker of status. The robots think of names in that way. I never considered that before. Yeah, Natsuki is a pretty nice name too, I suppose. Are you patronizing me? Era, I do not understand the word patronizing. It's funny. She looks up at me with a blank expression. It's probably my imagination, but there seems to be a glint of mischief in her young, delicate eyes, and then again, maybe it's just a reflection of the midday sun. I think back to the lights that I saw underwater. After staring at me for a while, Atri suddenly smiles so soft and gentle that I have the sudden wish to capture this moment in amber for eternity. Take good care of me, Natsuki-san. 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 That is a very still ocean. Atri, my dear moments. I remember the first thing my grandmother said to me when I walked into a hospital room, propped up by a walking stick, dragging my ill-fitting prosthetic leg. You look a mess. No, I can't do an old lady voice, I'm afraid. That's all. If I hadn't sold myself a magnetic leg, I wouldn't have been able to pay my tuition fees. And yet you've ended up crawling back here anyway. Oh, does that remind me of? Well, I guess it's my fault in the end. I didn't expect those words to hit me hard, but they did. To hear the selfish woman say that something was her fault came straight out of the blue. I'm glad you've returned, though. I want you to carry on my research, Natsuki. Maybe I can do an old lady voice. That's weird. I lost a lot when the seas rose, but my work isn't finished yet. I want you to pull up Atri. If you can take her where she needs to go, our plan can start again. Atri? My clumsy, useless housekeeper. I was surprised to hear someone as cantankerous as her would employ a maid. I don't really know what you want me to do, but I can tell it's not something I can manage. I am a mess after all. You're not going to let a little thing like losing your leg beat you. You're not dead yet, boy. Don't you want to save the world? That island is still out there somewhere in the ocean. You have to find it, Natsuki. An island in the ocean, eh? Not sunk? When we reached the pier, Minamo hurriedly hops off the boat. I'm really curious about her, but I've got to get to school. Make sure you come to school tomorrow, Natsuki. There's something I want to talk to you about. She runs off without waiting for a reply. Damn it, I'm so late! School? Right, we should get going to. Where to? Town. We've got to sell this thing, of course. Don't know where yet, but I want to get a few quotes at least. Bitch. She hops down from the ship, too. I'm about to jump down myself when I feel Atri staring at me with a strange expression. She's been clinging to my sleeve this whole time. And do you need some help? Nope, I've got this. I jump down from the swaying deck. I brace myself with my walking stick as I land wobbling. Easy, I could manage that in my sleep. Atri follows after me, hurriedly trotting up to me and grabbing onto my sleeve again. Let's go. Affirmative. We travel all the way into the center of town. Long ago, the shopping street here was extremely lively. As times changed, it became nearly abandoned, but the economic shock caused by the Great Sea Rise led to it becoming a thriving hub of trade once again. Now it's a chaotic, bustling place, a black market full of stalls and vendors. Don't you just love it here? Dirty, grimy, and filled with the absolute scum in the world. The perfect place for someone like me to blend in. Yeah, I don't think you should be happy about that. Despite her assertion, this is still only a small town, so outside to stick out like a sore thumb, Catherine and I included. Thanks to my hobbling gait, I can usually feel the stares on me whenever I go. There's something different today, though. For once, all of the eyes are on the person walking behind me. Her footsteps, light and pottering, have no trouble keeping up with my slow walk. The sound of bare feet on concrete is noticeably strange. Hey, can't you do something about that noise? Catherine turns with a sigh and a frown. Atri merely stares, still holding on to the hem of my sleeve. I don't recall if her feet were always bare, or if she just lost her shoes when we were underwater. I assume since she's wearing clothes otherwise, it's the latter. What am I supposed to do? I don't exactly have a collection of small girls' shoes I can just pull out of my ass. Well, it's gonna be a bad impression. You look like a slave trader or something. You're not helping that, you know. Catherine looks completely out of place here in this country backwater. I'm pretty sure Catherine isn't even her real name. She's very obviously completely Japanese born and bred. Even though I've been working with her, I don't really know anything about her. May I ask you a question? What is this place? Atri looks around the stalls. You must know this place, right? You were my grandmother's maid. I have no records of this place in my memory. I suppose that's understandable. All of the flatland around here was inundated when the waters rose, separating it from the mainland, so it must have changed a lot. Once a coastal town, now this is an island. Suddenly being separated from civilization has caused a lot of problems. Transport, electricity, and communications on the island have been disconnected. This place wasn't anywhere near as busy when I lived here. It used to be a ghost town. It's so peaceful. The road we took to get here has completely changed too. It's like the rising waters have washed away the old town in the same way even precious memories can be lost in a morass of fresh, pointless ones. Don't your feet hurt? Some models of humanoids are equipped with pain receptors in order to make them as human-like as possible. I'm fine. I'm a high-performance model after all. Foot. She shows me the bottom of her feet with a triumphant smile. Her dress kicks up and I glimpse her bare legs beneath it. Cool, you're staring. I know they're not made of real skin, but they're not real legs, but their slim, gently curved silhouette looks so perfectly human. Can't take my eyes off them. Are you a fucking pervert, man? Is something wrong? It's nothing. Yes, there is definitely something. I trudge my way through the crowd, propping myself up on my walking stick as I shuffle my creaking leg forward. The store Catherine is aiming for is way off in the distance. Hey, can we take a detour? There's a place I want to stop by. Can it wait? I'll only be a minute. I turn off of the main road and onto a back street. Backstreet Boys. Nope, that's cringe. I stop in front of one particular stall. So, what do you want? I tilts her head quizzically, still clenching my sleeve in her delicate fingers. It's a shoe store. Take your pick, only from the shoes on this shelf though. A bunch of particularly cheap children's shoes are all lined up. They're all I can afford with how little money I have, so it's lucky that they're the perfect size. Gonna buy these for me? Yep. I get you. If it's got dirty feet, people are gonna try and haggle the price down for it. Good thinking. Bitch, I'm not selling her. Atri looks over the shoes, humming as she does. Hurry up, choose a shoe, just grab a pair. Please wait, there are several criteria for me to consider, and I can't choose so quickly. This pair is more robust, but these are the most aesthetically pleasing, and when you bring cost performance into account... You're an annoying little machine, can't you pick for her? Taken by surprise, I reach out and pick up the first pair I see. I think these would suit you best. It's a pair of brown loafers, thankfully cheap ones. After I pay, the stall owner politely wipes Atri's feet and she puts them on. Oh, they're the perfect size! Great, now let's go. Why did I actually try and do the laugh? Atri walks alongside me, deliberately kicking her feet up high with each step. She was pretty happy with her bottom-of-the-barrel footwear. You really like those shoes that much? Not that she seemed to mind being barefoot. I do, after all, you were the one that gave them to me. Somehow, seeing her this happy about them makes me particularly uncomfortable. Is it wrong for me to be happy? No, it's fine. I knew it. Good. She exhales with a smile, oddly relieved. Is there some kind of rule about robot workers not being allowed to be happy or something? I studied robotics at the academy, but I don't know much about the programming of models as old as Atri. We soon reached the store Catherine was aiming for. It's a junk shop with all manner of electronics and machinery lying around in ugly heaps. As I tried to enter, I feel a tug at my sleeve. I turn around. Atri has stopped talking. What's up? Are you going to sell me? Yep. I have a request. Could you wait a little while? I'm taken aback. It's unusual for a robot to make a request of a human. There must be some particular reason for her to ask something like that. How long's a little while? 45 days. After that, I don't mind. But why do you want us to wait? Not a chance. Do you really think we're going to let you hang around for that long? Before Atri can respond, Catherine butts in. Come on, get in here. She pulls Atri by the hand into the store. I follow along behind, brow furrowed. The owner is visibly surprised to see Atri. Is that a humanoid? I didn't know there were any of those still running. This one's a real doozy too. A proper high-performance one. The kind that you can hardly even find in the big cities these days. The owner eyes Catherine suspiciously. You're that new gal around here, aren't you? Don't want to be rude, but you should get out of this town. This is a quiet place and we don't need your kind around here. Oh, holy shit. Don't you worry. As soon as I'm finished with my business, I'm out. So how much? What, you gonna sell this little one? He glances at Atri up and down. There ain't no way I'm gonna be able to buy her. Why not? Think I've got that much cash lying around? I've not even got anyone around here to sell it to. Suppose I can find you someone who'd be willing to take her off your hands, though. Give us a look at your serial number, lass. She looks over at me as if requesting permission. I nodded, and she lifts up her hair. There on the nape of her neck is the number. The owner fetches a tattered, yellowing file from his desk and starts flicking through the pages. A fourth-generation Yamasaki factories unit. This model got recalled after they found a bunch of bugs. So you're saying she's not worth buying? That can't be right. She's a working, moving humanoid. Even with a couple of little bugs here and there, she'll be worth something. She's probably right. Most of the robot factories were destroyed by the sea rises, which led to most companies going bankrupt, and a lot of the industry secrets being lost. This scarcity means Atri could fetch dozens of times what my grandmother paid for her. You got that right. He starts tapping away at a calculator. I watch his fingers down, his tension growing in my chest. My ship wasn't the only thing I inherited from my grandmother, with a given colossal debt. Even though I worked constantly for years and years, I struggled to pay it off. I found out about it when Catherine turned up at my door just after she died. So, this is the requisition order. Yeah, and it's not like I can just go, here, take more money than I have in the world and wave you off. She responds to my exasperation with a cool stare. Yeah, I know that. I didn't expect you to just hand it over anyway. I'm not leaving this town empty-handed though. I'm a pro, you know. She leans in slightly toward me as if to emphasize her breasts. Okay, funny. Let's work together. I've got a very, very interesting proposal for you. I want to salvage Professor Yachigusa's belongings. I've heard that there's something very valuable in the ruins of her storehouse at the bottom of the ocean. We'll raise that up and split whatever profit we make selling it. Your debt will vanish just like that, and I'll make a little on the side too. How about it, kid? Yeah, kid. Yeah, Natsuki. And so, the mysterious Catherine and I started working together. Against my will. I don't know how Catherine knew there was something in the storehouse, but she came to me with a plan to use my grandmother's submarine to salvage it. It was, in a very real way, like a drowning man finding a lifeboat. I have hardly any money at the best of times, and when I do, I have better things to spend it on than some old bag's debts, like getting back things I've lost. A leg. Where did you find the last, if you don't mind me asking? The owners peer over me suspiciously. That's understandable, I suppose. Two strangers turn up out of nowhere, with a humanoid in tow, looking to sell. It's natural to think they might have procured it through a typical means. She was in my grandmother's storehouse. We salvaged her from the bottom of the ocean. Is that true? Yes, absolutely. Natsuki-san pulled me up from the ocean just this morning. Huh, gotcha. It's gonna be nice for you, right? Must have been mighty cold down there. I was asleep, so I don't remember. So do you think you'll be able to sell me for a high price? Even though you're a defective model, they should get about this much for you. He holds the calculator out towards us. I hardly passed the number on it. All I can tell is that it would pay off my grandmother's debts with plenty left over for me. Oh yeah, I've hit the jackpot, baby! She victoriously thrusts her fists into the air. All I can do is stand there speechless. I see, a number befitting of a high-performance model like me. Very satisfying. Even though we're discussing selling her, she looks distinctly smug. She doesn't mind being sold off. I suppose she is a robot. Sure, I can find you someone to buy her. I'll be talking, say, 5% for myself, Natch. Well, I can live with that. How long do you think it'll take? I'm gonna have to go out to the big city for a deal like this. Give me a month or so. I don't want to be waiting around forever. You'll try to find someone quick, right? Of course, you ain't the only one who'd appreciate a little chitter right now. So, which of these two is your master? It's Natsuki-san. Ah, gotcha. It's you then? Silly question. I know a humanoid is not going to get their master wrong. Yes, me. Not that it really feels that way since we've only just met. You're going to have to be with her when You're going to have to be with her when I sell her, right? Can't tell a humanoid without their master's permission. Understood. I'll come along too. I don't want you two running off my hard-earned cash. Cousin's eyes are still sparkling. Couldn't help but notice, but that leg of yours is pretty retro, isn't it? He nods downward. He's right, my leg's so old and beat up it could be something I found in one of these junk heaps on sale here. Yeah, I know. A lot of fancy cybernetics going cheap on the market these days. When you get your cash, give me a bell and I'll get you one, yeah? He grins as he holds out a catalogue of expensive-looking cybernetic limbs. Back in more prosperous times, even people with fully able bodies would get cybernetic implants to improve their strength or make certain jobs easier. They're still pretty common among the rich nowadays. The catalogue seems to be full of implants aimed at that market. I'll think about it. I muttered non-committally and left the store. Leaving that store, innit? I like the way that storekeeper spoke. That's funny. Phew, let's go grab something to eat. I've had nothing all day but an apple. My breakfast, you mean? I'm even hungrier than her as a result. Well, that worked out well for you, didn't it? Huh? He said it'd take at least a month, just like Atri wanted. The sale was going to be put off for quite some time. Oh, yes, thank you. But why did you want me to wait? It's almost unheard of for a robot to make demands or talk back to a human. They have to have a particularly pressing reason to do so. Before I fell asleep, my master gave me an order. I would like to fulfill it before I am sold. An order? Robots have always been programmed to obey 3 laws. 1. A robot may not injure a human being or, through an action, allow a human being to come to harm. 2. A robot must obey the orders given it by human beings except where such orders would conflict with the first law. 3. A robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second laws. For most humanoids, their entire reason for existence is simply to obey those 3 laws. Would you like a better leg? I sure would. In that case, for as long as we're together, I'll be your what? Least I can do. You gave me these lovely shoes after all. I was proudly down to her feet. Are you going to chop off your leg and give it to me? I'm sure I'll make a much better leg than the one you're using at the moment. I'll pass, thanks. Why? I'm much more high performance than that thing. I'm saying I don't need you. I'm fine by myself. Though realizing it, I started to raise my voice. A real human girl would probably cower in fear at being shouted at. Like that, but Atri just looks confused, unsure of how to react. Snapping at a robot? Jeez, kid. Sorry. Right, I think it'd be best if I take care of this thing until the junk guy finds us a buyer. Come on, let's go. To choose. That's the first thing I've gone to choose playing this game so far, and I've been sitting here for an hour. Hang on a second, I'll take care of her. Natsuki-san? What? Don't be stupid. How do I know you're not just going to run off with my big payday? How do I know that you won't? Why would I? I couldn't sell her without her master there. The situation's completely different. She is, regrettably, right. I've got no reason to oppose her taking Atri, I suppose. If anything, it'll be a weight off my shoulders. Atri, go with Katrin. Understood. Wow. So I chose for me to take care of her, and it didn't have it anyway. So either way, it wouldn't have made a difference. She finally let go of my sleeve. I'll call you when the sale's arranged. If I'm starving, and what should I have for dinner? A satisfied Catherine trots off with Atri trudging after her. She looks back at me with a melancholic gaze, but says nothing. Robots are made to obey after all, especially if it's an order from their master. Don't give me that look, what else can I do? Watching them walk off, I start to hobble my own way back down the road. The skies grow dark as I sit boring a hole into the wall with my eyes. Soft classical music lilts through the room from the radio. The sound, however, is interrupted constantly by static. Light flickers. The ship's lights are flickering unsettlingly too. The town itself has no electricity. The only power I have is the wind turbine. It's small and barely able to keep the lights and the radio on, but it's enough. But on a still, windless night like this, I'm constantly plunged into darkness. I can feel the night approaching. Creeping tread like tendrils winding around my legs. I suppose I'll try to get some sleep. I should get into bed while there's still some light left. But try as I might, sleep will not come. My stomach is so empty that the pangs of hunger wrap my entire body. I'll be able to afford a new leg soon. If I can just manage that, I can start to rebuild my life too. I'm going to sell that girl to do that. Salvage my grandmother's inheritance and sell it. That was the deal. That's all. Why should I feel guilty about something like that? She might look like a human girl, but she's just a robot. She was even proud about fetching such a high price. This is fine, right? In that case, for as long as we're together, I'll be your leg. It's the least I can do. You gave me these lovely shoes after all. Damn it. I get out of bed and walk haltingly out onto the deck. Red sky at night. What am I even doing? Even if I leave the ship, I don't know where to go. I never felt the need to ask Catherine where she's living. This town isn't exactly huge. There's not many places for outsiders to stay, so if I look around... Yeah, and then what? I take Atri back with me, I assuage my guilt a little, and... Sell her in 45 days, really? A wave swells up over the grasses that have become the coastline here and washes over the tarmac. This used to be a main road climbing a hill, looking down on the beaches far below. Now, at a high tide, it's swallowed by the sea itself. Even relatively calm waves like this could pull me in my creaky odd leg into the depths. I can't even press forward toward the town like this. I can't even manage this one simple thing. It's times like these that I feel the emptiness beyond the stump the most acutely. Frustration burns in my chest as the sun dips below the horizon. As I stand there unable to move forward or back, I see a figure approaching me. Hey, Natsukan! Why are you here, Minamo? Minamo? Her home is just up the hill. What's she doing out here? Look, there he is. He came out to meet you. Natsuki-san? Behind Minamo cowers a timid-looking Atri. What's she doing here, bruh? Minamo grabs her hand and leads her over to me. Why is she here? I met her when I went out to buy dinner ingredients with Mom. It seems like she got lost and has been walking all around town looking for you. Looking down, I see that her brand new shoes are already caked in mud. They don't look caked in mud, they're still brown. I told you to go with Catherine. She's a robot, she can't disobey my order like this. Yes, I went with her. I fulfilled your command as stated and returned to you. Go with Catherine. She must have literally gone to wherever Catherine's staying and then come back alone. Isn't this lucky, Atri-chan? Really is, Minamo. Thank you for leading me here. No problem, don't get lost again though you're here. No, I won't get lost again. I've learned something. Atri lets go of Minamo's hand and trots over to me. She immediately clings onto my sleeve again. Okay, see you, Natsuka. Make sure to come to school tomorrow. We're having a special class meeting. She waves and runs off. I'm left alone with Atri on the flooded pathway. We stand there, silent. Suddenly a wave comes crashing over the tarmac and my prosthetics shudders beneath me. I start to tip over into the murk. Atri reaches out to keep me upright. Well, what do you know? Much more high performance than your leg, right? Looking at a triumphant smile, I can't bring myself to respond. It's dangerous here. We should move, Natsuki-san. Okay. She grabs my hand and pulls me back down the hill. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Reaching the ship, I come to a stop on the pier. What's wrong? The night is so dark by now that I can't see my feet. The seas are churning below me, a deep, endless expanse of black. The ship is swaying, drifting back and forth from the pier. Oh, you can't cross like this, can you? It's my time to shine. Atri suddenly grabs hold of me and hoists me up. Huh? Suddenly I flail around and plumb my elbow straight into Atri's face. Ow! That hurts, you know. Sorry. Even though I gave her a good whack, her response is strangely muted. I suppose robots must have more robust than humans. Just stay still. If you flap around, I can end up dropping you in the sea. Atri helps from the pier, holding me tightly against her. This looks funny. Oh. I think they landed in the sea. I feel cold water enveloping me, dragging me down to the depths. They said I'm going to die. Wow, bro, keep on dying much. Phew, that gave me a shock. I managed to climb back up onto the pier. You idiot, you could have killed me! I'm sorry, I miscalculated my trajectory. She giggles and sticks out her tongue. Yeah, just trying to act cute after almost drowning me. Not needing to breathe seems to mean that she doesn't need to be afraid of sinking at all. In my case, just touching the cold moonlit waters filled me with the fear of death. Going swimming twice in one day, lucky me. I jump over to the ship, soaked my bones without her help. Clap clap, you did something on your own. Nice job. Pretty sure there's no danger of her catching a cold, but nevertheless we need to dry her clothes. That, however, comes with a problem. That does come with a problem. That comes with a very big problem. Yep. That's a problem. What are you doing dressed like that? Oh, should I take these off too? I am all wet after all. Doing so would be potentially problematic from the standpoint of rebuttal ethics. Whatever, just stop. Oh, you'd prefer if I didn't take them off? What a shame. What? Anyway, I have by this point changed out of my wet clothes into my pajamas. What? What? Drying off my hair with a towel, I sit on the bed and remove my prosthetic. Atri looks at it and lets out a satisfied puff of air. Yep, I'm far more high performance than that. What's with this weird sense of competition with a second-hand prosthetic leg? This leg didn't throw me into the sea, though. That's not true. It was thanks to that thing that you ended up falling into the water like a chump earlier. It betrayed you. She has a point. When I tried to save Atri, came off and dropped me into the drink. Betrayed like a chump? Is that what it looked like to her? I've got loads more joints than that thing. I can even walk on my own and, other stuff too. What can I do to make you see how useful I really am? Seems she's really hung up on this nonsense. What a strange robot. The robots I've come into contact with in the past were largely ones that had their functionality greatly limited. They wouldn't even speak unless required, let alone have self-doubts like this. By the way, what was the order you were given? The what? The order your master gave you just before she put you to sleep. I completely forgot to ask her before. Depending on ask her, I might even help her. More than anything, I'm just curious what the last thing my grandmother asked of her was. That data seems to have been lost. I feel like a fool for expecting a serious response from her. What was it? Robots can forget things too? Humanoid memories are stored using algorithms that are based on human neural links, so I am as capable of forgetting as anyone. It's weird that you forget something so important, though. I can't choose what to remember and what to forget. I recall learning at the academy that humanoids perform optimization on their memory storage while in sleep mode. The archive data acquired that day and delete unneeded memories, but left in sleep mode for too long it's possible their memory faults may start to occur. Natsuki-san, what kind of order do you think it was? How would I know? Maybe it had something to do with that project she mentioned. She told me to salvage Atri and take her somewhere. I really should have listened properly to her words. I'm incredibly curious now. Yeah, this is annoying. Atri squats down with her head in her hands. I'm starting to get the feeling that you're halfway to being a piece of scrap. Hey, that word isn't allowed. Calling robots that is banned under the Humanoid Anti-Discrimination Statute. You could pay a penalty of up to 3 months in prison, or what is it? Once again, I feel stupid for expecting a serious answer. More than a little exhausted, I flop backward on the bed. I'll try to remember, I really will. Yeah, not getting any response out of me, she sidles up to the bed. Natsuki-san, I'm going to bed, be quiet. You should get some sleep or something too. If you want a sleeping bag, there's one in the drawer over there. I'm fine with just a chair. I can sleep compactly wherever my master wants. I'm high performance after all. Alright, good night. Oh, one last thing, Natsuki-san. Oh, what? Is there anything in particular that you want to do when you get your leg back? Why are you asking me that all of a sudden? Well, I'm a leg now. I can't not ask you, can I? I'll do anything you want, so use me as you will. Alright, this is where I'm going to end this video with The Night is Windless. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to end the video here. I will make more on this game. I'm quite enjoying this game. It's interesting. Or at least game, if you can really call it that. This visual novel, I am quite enjoying it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.